Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. It is cold out. This is the first day I've actually felt that it is cold outside. This is jacket weather. I've been stuck inside with work so much lately. I'm just happy to be outside and able to enjoy this sunshine. The shoe I want to go over today is a three-way collaboration with Nike, Sacai, and Undercover. It's an LD Waffle. Not too long ago, I looked at the Sacai Clot Nike LD Waffle, and I really like that shoe. This pair dropped with two other colorways. I ended up hitting on the Midnight Spruce pair, and I was really pumped because that was actually my favorite one out of the three. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's look at these Midnight Spruce, Sacai, Undercover, Nike LD Waffles. It is a bummer whenever it starts getting colder outside, but it's hard to be mad when you got this kind of color going on behind you, you know? I love the fall. It's just beautiful. We got an orange box to match what we got going on with the leaves right now. And it says Nike in orange. It's kind of glossy, so I'm not sure if you can see that, but it spells out Nike in this glossy text. It's actually the same box that we got with the Clot Sacai LD Waffles. I think it's the same for basically all of them. It's the drawer style. It's got black paper that says Undercover. And then Jun Takahashi. And I apologize if I'm butchering that name. I have a hard enough time pronouncing my own name, so no big deal. The tag reads Nike LD Waffle SU, and that is for Sacai and Undercover. This is a size 10.5. Retail was 170 bucks on these, and the colors are labeled as Midnight Spruce and University Red. And like I said, this was actually my favorite of the three colorways. I entered on the sneakers app on my phone, and I entered on my wife's sneakers account from a PC. It gave me the message that I didn't get any pairs on either account. It wasn't until the next day that my wife was like, "Oh, I got a pair of shoes," and I was real happy whenever I saw which one it was. It was one of those ones where you're like, but you don't figure you're going to hit on these shoes anyway, but whenever you do, after thinking that you took an L, it's always a good feeling. And enough of my rambling. Look at these bad boys. And I'll tell you right off the bat, I like these a whole lot more than the Kiss of Death LD Waffles, which were the Clot Sacai LD Waffles. They had a color scheme a lot like the Kiss of Death Air Max shoes, and my main complaint about that pair was just that the base of the upper was more of like a netting material, and here you've actually got like a nylon or like a polyester. It's like a old school retro running shoe material, but I prefer this material a whole lot more than just that netting that was on the Kiss of Death LD Waffles that we had not long ago. Whenever I opened this box, I immediately smelled high-end leather, and that surprised me because, as you can see, the base of the upper is that nylon material, but every overlay of leather and suede on these shoes feels premium. And I guess that's where that high-end leather smell is coming from. But there's not that much leather on the shoes, but you can tell that it is just very, very top shelf. Really nice. I like that text on the back as you're looking down as well. But this is an LD Waffle, so you have that waffle tread pattern on the bottom. It's in a university red color. Looks nice, plain and simple, but I like it. And then that meets a bright white midsole, and you can tell in true Sacai fashion, it's got this like double midsole effect going on, where it looks like it's a midsole on top of a midsole. And pretty much all Sacai shoes look like it's a shoe inside a shoe, which I think is really original, and I like the way these came out. I like these a lot. I don't keep every pair of shoes that I review. It just isn't feasible at this point with as many reviews as I'm putting out. For one, I just don't have the room, and for another thing, I don't have that kind of money. I wish I did. I'll definitely hold on to these longer than what I held on to the Kiss of Death LD Waffles. I love the color of blue for this nylon. I guess that's the Midnight Spruce color, but I just think that's beautiful. And it really goes together well with the rest of the colors on the shoe. And I already mentioned the text here on this midsole that sticks out, but you can see it reads Nike, Sacai, and Undercover. And then we'll start up here at the mudguard, but this is just a real buttery black leather. It's got black stitching, looks nice. And then of course with Sacai you get that layered look, and it's got a real fuzzy furry suede right underneath of that, and you get a lot of life and a lot of movement out of that. And again, it feels very high end. You've got layered swooshes, so we've got a university red leather that feels top shelf on top of a furry suede white Nike swoosh. And both materials are just awesome. Going up the eye stays, we've got a very soft and buttery gray smooth leather, and that is on top of a black furry suede to give that section the layered effect. As we come back to the heel, you can see once again we've got a furry suede on the bottom, this gray color, and a smooth black buttery suede going over top of that. The heel tab spells out Nike and Sacai, and that's a nice feeling white leather with black text. You've got the classic double laces and Midnight Spruce nylon tongue on top of a black nylon tongue. And we've got a red sock liner and a black insole spelling out Nike and Sacai.